This video will provide an overview of how to print to a desktop printer. You can find the source files used in this tutorial in the details area of the video workshop. I gotta tell you something. There is nothing more gratifying than creating a high-quality print. Well, let's jump right in. Once the file is open in Photoshop, I'll navigate to the File drop-down menu and skip over Page Setup, and you'll see why in a minute, and choose Print. This will then launch the Print dialog window, and some changes have been made here. For those of you familiar with Photoshop, some of these changes may be a little bit disorienting at first. One of the ways that I think about this dialog window is as if there are 3 vertical columns. A column on the left, a column in the center, and a column on the right. Let's start on the left-hand side. Here we have the image, and underneath the image we have 2 new icons where I can choose the page orientation. I will choose the landscape orientation. Onto the middle column. In this column I can choose my printer, the amount of prints that I want to make, and then underneath that, embedded in the print dialog window, is the ability to determine the page setup options. I'll define the format for the particular printer I'm printing to and the paper size and click OK. Next, I have the ability to position the image. By checking this off, I can locate the image in a new location, or by checking it on, the image will be centered on the page. Next, I have the ability to scale the print size. Now, I don't want to do any of that here because ideally you want to do all of your image resizing inside of Photoshop. All right, let's jump to the third column, Color Management. In the Color Management column, first we'll choose Document and then jump down to Color Handling. In the Color Handling drop-down menu, the best option that's going to lead to the best results is Photoshop Manages Colors. Underneath that, there's a warning message that says, did you disable color management in the print dialog? Well, no, I haven't done that yet, but it's a great reminder to do that when I get there. Next, determine the printer profile. Here's where I'll select the particular profile for the paper that I'll be printing to. In this case, Epson 2200 Enhanced Matte, Matte Ink. Rendering intent. For photographs, there are 2 options that will work best, relative colorimetric and perceptual. The one that you'll use most of the time will be relative colorimetric, so I'll select that. Check black point compensation on. Now, if I want to see what all of these settings look like, there's actually a checkbox, and if I click on that, it'll show me a soft proof, which is Photoshop's attempt to simulate how this print will look when printed. Once these settings are dialed in, click on the Print button. This will launch the Print dialog window for the particular printer that you're printing to. In this case, the 2200. Now, there are a couple of things I need to modify here. In the final drop-down menu, I'll choose Print Settings. Here's where I determine my media type, the particular paper I'm printing to. Check Advanced Settings, determine my print quality, and check off high speed, unless I'm in a hurry. Next, we need to go to the Color Management options. Here's where I'm going to check on No Color Adjustment. The reason I'm checking on No Color Adjustment is because I don't want the printer to manage my colors. I want Photoshop to do that. And I've determined that over here. And again, it reminds me to disable color management in the printer dialog, and we just did that. Once we've done that final step, we're ready to go to print, and we do so by clicking on the Print button. Creating a stunning print with the new Print dialog window is easier than ever. That being said, there are still a few specific steps involved in the process for printing. Follow the steps we've covered in this movie, and the results will speak for themselves.